Hello and welcome to Noal Food. Today, we're taking you behind the scenes to explore how turkeys are raised and processed at an industrial scale, tens of thousands per day. From hatching and brooding through grow-out, humane gas stunning, air chilling, precise cut-up, and freezing. If you're curious, come along and let's dive in. Behind biosecure airlocks, trays of parent eggs roll in like clockwork. Today's tiny arrivals for tomorrow's global feasts. On the candling belt, clears and cracks fly past at high throughput, keeping only the strongest shells in the game. Setters rotate under steady PLC control. Temperature and CO2 lock tight for perfect embryo growth. Transfer day, gentle hands on soft roller tables. Quick vaccinations, every poult counted into the system. Hatch window bursts alive. Poults pip in waves, fluff drying as the room hums with warm, clean air. At grading tables, teams route weak poults to care pens so the whole flock starts strong. Counting chutes click non-stop, hundreds of warm, chirping poults drop into preheated crates. Simple grain feed and fresh water cups get loaded for the journey. Fuel and hydration without slowing the line. Brooder barns stand ready. Rings set, heat lamps glowing, fresh. Shavings raked smooth and inviting. Arrival. Handlers teach poults to peck and drink. The first lesson in a life engineered for calm. Step-down lighting sets the mood. Photo period tune to keep the flock settled and steady. Feeders and drinkers rise with the birds, guaranteeing uniform access from wall to wall. Tunnel fans tune the air, heat and humidity balance so feathers dry fast and stress stays low. Health walk time. Gait, feathering, and uniformity checked in minutes across thousands. Mid-grow expansion. Rings off. The flock spreads across the house like a single living wave. Tray scales pull samples. Body weight curves map so feed and time hit the sweet spot. Litter windrows breathe again. Machines aerate the bedding to cut moisture and keep pads clean. The ration switches up. High-energy feed powers the final push to target weight. Loadout prep is smooth, ramp set, soft panels staged, crews briefed for low-stress moves. Calm catching and action. Birds walk themselves into ventilated modules, upright and a live haul convoy queues at the welfare checkpoint. Timed entries keep every bay moving. The corridor dims down. Stress drifts away before a single hand is laid. Two-person teams guide modules onto conveyors. Birds upright, cadence steady. In the buffer bay, a measured feed keeps the whole line continuous. No rush, no gaps. At the CAS panel, operators verify the CO2/air mix. Humane stunning is a controlled science, controlled atmosphere. Stunning engages, conveyors advance smoothly into calm. Hand shackling with ergonomic jigs spans multiple bays. Enclosed cut begins, initial bleed behind shields for a clean, hygienic lane. The drip tunnel sets dwell time, consistent bleed out, consistent results. A counterflow scald tank locks temperature for high volume, softening feathers at industrial speed. Operators skim the foam, make up water joins on cue to keep clarity and heat on target. Water curtains slice carryover. Each stage stays sharp and efficient. Rotary pickers whirl. Banks of rubber fingers lift feathers in seconds. A feather cyclone draws plumes skyward, packing bulk bags clean and fast. Manual touch-ups clear tiny patches, perfection in the margins before the next step. Head and feet modules sync to shackle pitch, timed cuts, zero drift. Neck skin trim follows guide fixtures, tidy lines, smooth contours. Inside, outside washers rinse thoroughly, nozzles sweeping every surface to a cool, clean finish. Post opener, belly up carcasses stream on stainless belts, neat cavities facing up for industrial flow. Viscera trays ride the conveyor, Teams separate tracks cleanly onto iconed stainless pans. Crop and windpipe come out at hand stations, placed on trays, not left inside. Gizzards feed guarded splitters. Peelers finish the clean, uniform peel. Liver and heart get trimmed to spec. Clean edges. No bile. Quality preserved. Flashlights sweep. The cavity. Any debris gone. Interiors pale, clean, and moist. Pre-chill rinse mists the line. Cool spray across rows of hanging birds. Spin chillers turn with counter-rotating paddles. Clear water, gentle motion, rapid pull-down. Hook transfer shows carcasses clearly as they move into long air-chill lanes. At the lane change, a sanitized probe logs core. Temperature right on the hanging carcass. Vision grading reads weight classes. Icons confirm specs while staff oversee the pass. Carcasses drop to cut-up tables. Operators follow cut maps and fixtures to start primary splits.
Check the diagram.
Section C, moving to tray 2.
Guided knives free the keel cleanly. Breasts lift off in smooth, repeatable motions. Shoulder cuts expose wing joints. Wings separate clean, drumette from wingette. Thigh/leg modules pop joints fast with minimal bone chip. Parts route to dedicated lanes. Breast fillets trim to width and length. Spec windows keep every piece on target. Tenderloins pull along natural seams. Collected neat in blue totes for premium runs. Thigh dip 1 traces the femur with shallow strokes. Clean bone, tidy edges. Drum deb 1 uses stop cuts to guard cartilage. Boneless meat on one belt, clean bones on another. Lean trim. Gets recovered for later MDM. Nothing wasted, everything accounted. Marinade tank steady salinity and temperature. Icons flick green as specs lock in. Multi-needle injectors run inside guards, human-supervised uptake by lot, no needles in frame. Vacuum tumblers roll hundreds of kilos per cycle, slow, even, thorough. Formers extrude perfect tenders. Staff tray up non-stop in crisp rows. Patty presses nail diameter with clear gauges, uniform burgers, zero drift. Sausage stuffers link the mix, coils placed. Onto racks by hand, length to icon spec. A covered batter curtain coats each piece. Manual in feed keeps the band full and flowing. The breading waterfall sets crumb coverage. Outfeed checks log a clean pass. Vast sugarcane fields stretch endlessly, a green ocean waving gently in the tropical breeze. Thousands of sugarcane stalks sway rhythmically, moving together like one giant living organism. Tall canes shimmer in the sun, their juicy stems glistening with life, ready for the harvest season. Drones map every section from above, revealing precise sugar concentration across the fields. Automatic sprinklers sweep in perfect arcs, watering hectares of sugarcane beneath blazing light. Tractors rumble through narrow rows, collecting soil samples and checking the land's fertility. As dawn breaks, dew sparkles on each blade of leaf, moments before the harvest begins. At sunrise, a line of massive harvesters stands ready, their engines roaring in unison. Sharp, spinning blades slice through dense green walls, cutting cane with precision and speed. Dozens of harvesters move side by side, collecting tons of cane every single minute. From above, perfect geometric patterns emerge as the fields are cleared section by section. Cut stalks tumble in rhythmic waves, forming lush green piles across the ground. Machines unload chopped cane into moving carts, a seamless flow of harvest in motion. As the sun sets, golden light glows on thousands of Stack stalks, the day's bounty complete. Conveyor belts rumble steadily, loading chopped sugarcane into massive trailers ready to leave the fields. A convoy of trucks departs in perfect formation, carrying mountains of freshly cut cane toward the horizon. Dust rises in long red trails as dozens of heavy trucks thunder down the dirt road. An escort vehicle leads the sugarcane convoy forward, ensuring safe passage toward the vast refinery. An endless line of trucks snakes its way toward the towering gates of the sugar mill. At the factory entrance, marshals wave their flags, directing each truck into precise unloading lanes. Digital weighbridges flash bright numbers, recording the tonnage of every loaded truck that enters. Overhead cranes swing gracefully, pouring tons of cane into giant steel hoppers below. Massive conveyors hum as they carry the freshly cut cane deep into the washing section. Jets of high-pressure water blast away mud and leaves, leaving the cane clean and ready. Industrial shredders roar to life, slicing canes into fine fibers for the next stage of extraction. In the control room, engineers monitor digital dashboards tracking moisture, purity, and flow rate. The crushing rollers thunder across the hall, squeezing every drop of golden juice from the fibers. Golden juice gushes through stainless tanks, bubbling and swirling in a vibrant metallic rhythm. Bagasse shoots out onto a separate conveyor, destined to be reused once again. The golden juice flows through multi-stage filters, removing every trace of soil and impurity. Lime is carefully added, clarifying the liquid and balancing the natural acidity of the juice. Foam rises slowly to the surface, carrying away what remains of unwanted particles and dust. Crystal clear juice travels through sealed stainless pipes into enormous evaporation tanks. Billowing clouds of white steam fill the air as the syrup thickens, rich and amber in color. Operators fine-tune temperature and vacuum levels, maintaining the perfect balance of heat and pressure. In slow motion, the first sugar crystals appear, shimmering like tiny stars in golden syrup. Massive centrifuges spin furiously, separating dark molasses from bright raw sugar. Molasses drains away in streams of bronze, leaving pure crystals sparkling beneath the light. Technicians collect small samples, taking them to the laboratory for strict quality testing. In refining, raw sugar dissolves again into liquid, beginning its transformation into perfection. Activated carbon filters absorb the final traces, turning syrup clear, pure, and pristine. The purified syrup flows upward into towering crystallization columns, ready to become white sugar. Giant dryers blow waves of warm air, gently drying millions of falling sugar crystals. Conveyor lines glide forward, carrying freshly refined sugar toward the bright packaging halls. Rows of filled bags slide smoothly toward the pallet stations, forming lines of white abundance. Neat towers of 50-kilogram sugar bags stand perfectly stacked, clean and ready for shipping. Forklifts move non-stop across the warehouse, loading pallet after pallet into waiting containers. Above the mill, white steam rises into the sky, the constant heartbeat of sweet production. Bagasse waste travels along conveyors toward the massive boiler house, ready to be reused as fuel. Inside the furnaces, the dry bagasse ignites, roaring to life with a surge of clean heat. Powerful turbines spin rapidly, transforming steam energy into sustainable electricity for the mill. In the control room, glowing graphs display the factory's self-generated power in real time. Huge steel tanks store thick dark molasses, the base for producing renewable ethanol fuel. Pipelines carry the molasses across the plant, feeding the fermentation system in constant flow. Tall distillation towers rise amid drifting vapor, separating pure ethanol from the dense mixture. Crystal clear ethanol drips into glass receivers, proof of complete transformation from sugarcane. Fine bagasse ash is collected, later used as natural fertilizer for the next growing cycle. A bold factory sign reads proudly, "Zero waste, 100% utilized." Trucks loaded with byproducts depart the mill, carrying value beyond the sugar itself. Out in the fields, farmers spread rich organic compost, returning nutrients back to the soil. New shoots of green sugarcane sprout in perfect rows, marking the start of another harvest. A drone ascends high above, revealing the grand cycle of renewal and endless productivity. Night falls, yet the mill continues. Lights blaze, machines hum. Automatic lines seal small 1-kilogram bags, each filled with freshly refined white sugar. Stacks of colorful retail boxes line up neatly on pallets, ready for shipment worldwide. Workers apply labels reading, "Refined white sugar, export quality," symbols of global trade. Shrink wrap and barcodes secure every pallet, preparing for transport with flawless precision. At the seaport, towering cranes lift containers as they stack high against the morning sky. Cargo ships set sail, carrying thousands of tons of sugar across oceans to distant markets. Supermarket shelves overflow with brands of sugar, each bag telling a story of its journey. In cafes and bakeries, sugar pours into coffee and pastries, bringing sweetness to daily life. And so, our journey comes to an end. If you enjoyed the story, give it a like, subscribe, and stay with us, because many more journeys await just ahead. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next adventure. Hello there, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're embarking on an extraordinary journey to the Arctic seas, where thousands of mighty king crabs are harvested beneath the ice. If you've ever wondered how this incredible world works, stay with me, and let's dive in together. Beneath the icy blue sea, vast colonies of king crabs crawl across the rocky floor. A massive male spreads his claws, moving slowly across the soft, silty sand. Together, the crabs climb the reef, hunting tiny creatures hidden in sea moss. With precise claws, a crab sweeps mud aside to catch shells and starfish. Hundreds march like an army across the ocean floor, synchronized in silence. A female carries thousands of eggs beneath her shell, drifting in cold currents. Tiny hatchlings float gently before sinking to the dark seabed below. Close up, armored claws and thick shells defend them from crushing pressure. When caught appear, the crabs retreat, claws raised in defense. The camera pulls back. An entire valley glows red with crawling giants. In Alaska's frozen ports, fleets of crab boats prepare to depart. Crews in waterproof suits load massive steel traps and tighten winch lines. Hundreds of traps stack high on the deck, forming walls of cold steel. Sonar screens glow, marking rich zones deep below the ice. Engines up, the captain shouts as vessels surge into the Arctic wind. From above, the convoy stretches endlessly across the frozen sea. Sailors check anchor lines, ready for a 20-hour harvest shift. A crane lowers heavy crab pots into the sea, lines stretching for miles. Splashes high as traps sink, marked by floating red buoys. After 24 hours, winches tighten. The first cage rises full of life. Huge red crabs fill the pot, their shells gleaming in the Arctic mist. Cheers erupt as the deck floods with a booming harvest. Trap after trap emerges, bursting with writhing king crabs. Crabs tumble down steel chutes, seawater spraying across the deck. Workers separate giants from the smaller ones with long-handled poles. Only the best are kept, packed gently into cold seawater tanks. Digital sensors flash, the temperature steady at 1 degree Celsius. The young and egg-bearing are released back to the deep sea. Sealed crates are labeled, stacked, and recorded by batch. The deck glistens with rivers of melting ice and crimson shells. The fleet sails through fog, heading home through the Arctic mist. Seagulls follow above, circling under a gray polar sky. The port reappears. Cranes, trucks, and frozen containers await. Giant hooks lift containers of king crabs onto the icy dock. A spot check, crabs still alive, moving slowly in chilled water. Containers slide into refrigerated trucks with digital thermometers. Each shipment labeled and loaded into a long convoy line. Trucks roll through snow, cold vapor trailing in the white air. At the factory, crates move into the sterilization intake zone. Conveyors wash the crabs with pure, filtered seawater jets. Inside spinning drums, sand and algae rinse away. Inspect each crab, no cracks, no broken shells. The strong ones continue on, heading for the steam chambers. Massive industrial cookers release clouds of hot vapor. Cooling lines blow icy air, chilling them evenly to the core. Trays of crabs roll forward, sorted by size and weight. Knives glide carefully, separating legs and body sections. Snow-white meat is lifted and arranged neatly on steel trays. Each portion weighed precisely to meet exact standards. Vacuum packs seal the meat in crystal clear film. Packages slide into freezers set to -40 degrees. Inside, hundreds of packs form frozen layers of gold. Conveyors carry sealed boxes, each batch perfectly labeled. Forklifts move pallets into vast cold storage halls. Sensors and cameras monitor the sub-zero warehouse. Workers scan codes to ready the shipment. The door opens, white vapor spills into the frozen air. Refrigerated trucks roll out through the snowbound gate. Cranes lift containers aboard massive cargo ships. Inside, hundreds of containers lock tightly in rows. The frozen port blazes with light amid falling snow. The vessel departs slowly, fading into the endless sea. Deep below, new crabs crawl once more. The cycle begins again. Orchards filled with thousands of apples, to the factories where they're transformed into the golden juice and sweet jam we enjoy every day. Behind every sip and every spoonful lies a world of care, precision, and scale you might never have imagined at SO. If you're curious about how nature's simplest fruit becomes a global favorite, join me, and let's uncover the incredible story of the apple's journey, from farm to table. Branches bend beneath millions of ripe red apples, glowing like jewels beneath the soft morning sunlight. Huge harvesters glide in perfect lines between orchard rows, moving with precise, powerful mechanical rhythm. Tree shakers thunder to life, sending torrents of apples cascading down onto wide catchers below. Conveyor belts hum steadily, carrying waves of fresh apples toward massive collection bins across the field. Tractors haul overflowing bins, each stacked high with fruit, rumbling through the dusty orchard lanes. At the weighing station, tons of apples are measured instantly, tracking the day's growing mountain of yield. Long rows of trucks stand ready, each filled with tens of thousands of freshly harvested apples. As the sun sets behind the hills, convoys depart the valley, carrying nature's bounty toward the factory. Trucks unload rivers of apples onto massive stainless steel lines, where the factory's rhythm begins again. Air jets burst through the lanes, while rollers spin swiftly, removing leaves, twigs, and dirt with ease. Gentle water flumes carry shining apples forward, guiding them smoothly toward precision sorting lanes. Inspectors carefully select premium apples by hand, packing them into rustic wooden crates for market. Forklifts glide through the warehouse, stacking heavy crates onto pallets, ready for local distribution. Apples roll into powerful washing tunnels, blasted clean under jets of high-pressure water and steam. They drift through enzymatic baths, softening every skin to unlock the maximum golden juice inside. Industrial grinders roar, turning mountains of apples into a fine, creamy pulp within seconds. A screw press crushes tons of pulp, squeezing out rivers of bright, golden apple juice. The raw liquid flows through primary filters, removing seeds, skins, and coarse solids. A second filtration stage polishes the juice, leaving it crystal clear and shimmering. Huge stainless buffer tanks collect thousands of liters every minute, ready for blending. Inline sensors continuously monitor sweetness, acidity, and consistency with digital precision. In blending tanks, batches are balanced carefully to ensure uniform flavor and perfect harmony. The juice is pasteurized in HTST units, heated precisely to preserve taste and safety. Flash chillers instantly drop the temperature, preparing the juice for aseptic filling. Sterile fillers pour the fresh golden juice into pre-sanitized bottles in a clean white hull. High-speed cappers twist and seal each bottle tight, locking in its freshness and aroma. Labelers glide past, applying brand wraps and production codes in perfect alignment. Conveyor belts carry the finished bottles onward toward the automated inspection zone. Vision systems scan each bottle, checking clarity, fill level, and the torque of every cap. Approved bottles drop neatly into protective cartons, forming rows ready for shipment. Palletizing arms stack each carton in uniform layers, creating towering grids of product. Warehouse aisles fill completely with pallets of pure apple juice, glowing under cold lights. High-speed cutters slice and dice mountains of apples into perfect cubes, uniform and ready for cooking. Fresh pieces tumble into massive steam-jacketed kettles, waiting to become the sweet essence of jam. Automatic dosing systems release exact amounts of sugar and natural pectin into the swirling mix. Heavy-duty mixers rotate smoothly, maintaining precise temperature and texture inside every kettle. A rich aroma fills the air as the mixture thickens, signaling the moment flavor begins to bloom. Side scrapers glide along kettle walls, keeping every surface clean for even and perfect cooking. Digital viscosity meters confirm the exact thickness, where taste and texture finally align. A gentle boil rises, producing rhythmic bubbles dancing softly across the golden surface. Hot jam flows through polished stainless pipes, rushing steadily toward the filling machines. Precision nozzles pour thick apple jam into glass jars, filling each one right to the brim. Steam vacuum sealers close every lid tightly, locking in freshness and natural color. The jars glide through a cooling tunnel, reaching safe handling temperature within moments. A single conveyor carries neat rows of jars already labeled apple jam, gleaming under factory lights. Packer lines stack dozens of golden jars into cartons, forming neat, symmetrical blocks. Forklifts move chilled pallets of finished jam toward vast temperature-controlled storage rooms. At the sampling bench, technicians open random jars, testing texture and sweetness for quality. In the lab, an automated system prints out the daily quality assurance report for each batch. Cartons glide forward, sealed with tape and marked by QR-style traceable barcodes. Scene: forklifts carry final pallets toward the shipping bay, where the next journey is about to begin. Inside chilled containers, pallets of apple jam and juice are loaded carefully, filling every corner with precision. Digital board lights up with destinations. Icons for USA, Japan, and Europe flashing across the screen. Convoys of trucks roll out from the factory gates, engines humming in synchronized formation toward global ports. The container yard stands packed tight, rows of export-ready units glinting under the afternoon sun. At the port, massive cranes lift chilled containers high, placing them gently onto ocean freighters bound overseas. Shiny bottles of apple juice and golden jam jars line up perfectly, reflecting soft white retail lights. Shoppers pause before the display, reaching for apple jam to sweeten their morning breakfast at home. We're diving into one of the world's most fascinating food transformations, the making of bacon. From humble farms to massive industrial smokehouses, we'll uncover how thousands of pigs are raised, processed, and turned into the golden, crispy strips loved across the globe. It's a story of tradition meeting technology, of scale and precision, and of how a simple cut of meat becomes a billion-dollar icon of modern cuisine. So, if you're curious, stay with me and let's discover together how bacon is truly made. As the sun rises over a spotless pig farm, endless rows of barns and towering feed silos awaken, signaling the start of a new day in modern agriculture. Inside the farrowing barns, caretakers gently check each piglet's warmth and milk intake, tagging ears to track every new life from its very first moment. Piglets eat their first solid feed while workers clean and monitor appetite, ensuring the young grow evenly and stay strong. Barns hum with life as groups of pigs feed calmly along long troughs, fresh air flowing steadily through automated ventilation. Grains are ground and mixed with precision, every batch measured and verified to deliver the perfect balance of nutrition. Before transport, health checks are completed and pigs are calmly guided up ramps into trucks. Carefully, safely, and humanely, dawn breaks over a vast pork complex, where convoys of trucks unload, thousands of pigs ready to begin their transformation into bacon. Vehicles pass through disinfection bays, where crews spray down wheels and trailers non-stop to maintain strict biosecurity. Handlers move calmly among waves of pigs, guiding them in groups without stress or struggle. Veterinary lines operate at high speed, checking temperature, health, and ear tags. Gentle walkways and conveyors lead the animals forward, ensuring every step remains humane and efficient before processing. At the stun and bleed stations, skilled crews work in enclosed stainless chambers, focused on safety, hygiene, and respect. Overhead rails lift carcasses in rhythm, spacing and flow maintained perfectly from one station to the next. Spiral chillers rapidly bring temperatures down, walls lined with racks packed tightly from end to end. Each piece is tagged with paper or QR codes showing batch, time, and crew, signed by hand for traceability. Powerful saws split sections cleanly while hoses rinse constantly, keeping every cut precise and sanitary. Human graders stand beside check scales, judging fat cover and weight, balancing quality with consistency. A steady cascade of bellies slides down wide conveyors, guided by vigilant workers keeping flow under control. Trimmers refine each block by hand with steel rulers, crafting perfect, uniform edges ready for curing. Each belly is weighed and sorted by size, following detailed curing plans designed for flavor and yield. Massive kettles mix brine by the ton, salt, sugar, nitrite, and spice, carefully blended to perfection. Supervisors cross-check recipe cards and sign approvals before the next stage begins. Multi-needle injectors pierce evenly under close watch, pumping brine into every layer for uniform taste. Giant vacuum tumblers roll mountains of meat, massaging flavor through every muscle fiber. Operators open lids for quick checks, feeling texture, tasting brine, nodding in quiet approval. Conveyor belts feed hundreds of bellies each minute, while side tables manage overflow with precision. Curing rooms stretch high with stacked racks. Timers and clipboards hang neatly on every wall. Workers test salt absorption with hand probes, clipping notes beside each rack for record keeping. Forklifts shuttle loaded racks between rooms, moving to the second with perfect timing. Workers hang bellies on pre-smoke lines, letting excess brine drip off before the smokehouse. Smokehouse doors swing open. As towering racks roll inside, row after row of future bacon ready for fire and flavor. Operators feed hardwood chips into glowing fireboxes, watching flame and airflow carefully to shape the perfect smoke. Fans swirl aromatic clouds through the chamber, adjusting vents to balance color and consistency. When doors open, steam billows outward, crews rush racks into rapid chill tunnels to lock in flavor. Metal detectors scan every rack, while workers perform final checks before passing them onward. Cooled bellies rest on stainless tables as technicians note sheen and uniform color across every piece. In the slicing hall, blades are aligned by hand and guards double-checked before production begins. Workers place smoked bellies into automated slicers, each cut revealing glossy ribbons of golden bacon. Streams of bacon slices flow out smoothly, reshaped by hand into neat, overlapping layers. Portion weighers beep in rhythm as packers add or remove a slice to meet exact target weight. At the interleaving tables, deft hands layer paper sheets between slices to keep them from sticking. Trays move through modified atmosphere sealing lines as crews test airtight seals and record every lot. Flow wrap machines hum, sealing and date coding thousands of packs in. Perfect synchronization. Thermoformers shape plastic cavities for retail packs. Staff inspect edges to ensure clean, tight seals. At manual rework stations, workers fix air pockets and wrinkles, ensuring every pack meets standard. Finished cartons glide down conveyors in steady rhythm, each packed tight and labeled with precision. Quality checkers verify lot numbers, weight, and best before dates before dispatch approval. Forklifts and pallet. Jack stack products high, forming tight, balance towers bound for cold storage. Teams spin plastic wrap rapidly around pallets, locking layers smooth from base to top. Inside vast cold aisles, frost drifts in the air while pallets stretch into the distance. Workers clip pallet tickets and scan barcodes, shouting counts across the freezing floor. In food service kitchens, large cartons roll straight into prep areas for the day's menu. Hundreds of bacon strips sizzle and curl, each perfectly colored and crisp. Breakfast trays shimmer with sunny side-up eggs topped with crisp bacon for a hungry crowd. And that brings our journey to an end. From the humble farm to the sizzling pan, we've witnessed how tradition, technology, and craftsmanship come together to create one of the world's most beloved foods, bacon. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to leave a like, hit subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories from the world of food and farming. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next journey.